Hey everyone, it's a new year and I just had you guys watch a video on how to make a slab box. I wanted to just add a couple things. So I'm gonna keep this video short, but I wanted to get more of a close-up on the joints, and I wanted to show you possibly how to use paper and cut yourself your own personal template. So let me show you how to do that. What are you going to use the box for? I have some extra photos and I want to put them somewhere. So most photos are printed in this 4x6, 4 inches by 6 inch format. And so I wanted to make a box that would fit that. Now I can't make it 4x6. I have to remember that clay shrinks. So I'm gonna actually make mine 5x7, give an inch on each direction. It's okay to have some extra room for my photos to fit in, but it would be bad if they didn't fit in at all. So let me show you. I got out a piece of paper and I drew two things on this paper. One, I sketched out a 5x7 box. So it's 5 inches tall and 7 inches long. I'm gonna do 3 like this. And then that's gonna be one is the bottom, and then the other 2 are the sides. So that's the 3. And then I'm going to do 2 ends, and the ends are gonna be 5x5. So I'm gonna cut myself 3 of these and 2 of these. Oh yeah, and I forgot, this is a lidded box. I'm gonna cut 4 of these because one of them is gonna be the lid as well. So I have one of my slabs rolled out. I think I'm gonna be able to make 2 pieces from this one. So I laid this down and I'm just gonna come in and maybe I'll hold this to kind of help me sketch the outside of the box. And I'm going to trace this all the way around. I don't have to be super exact because remember that this is clay. It's all flexible and I'll be able to move it just a little bit to create the if I'm just off maybe a tiny bit, you know, a couple millimeters, that's okay. And then I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna take it over here and move it to the next place. I can keep using this line. I'm gonna see if I can. I thought I was gonna be off, but see how I'm off the corner right here. So I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit and use this. Now I'm back on, but I can use this line down here as my cut line and get 2 of these. Now remember, I just said I need 4, so I'm gonna have to roll out another slab. But for now, I've got 2 of the 4 that I need. Paper for the other 2 in a moment. Now I am going to use my ruler and I am going to cut all the way down. Remember to have something underneath so it doesn't stick to whatever you're working on, and also it doesn't scratch whatever you're working on. So I've got 1, 2, 3 sides. Don't scrunch up all your little pieces. You might be able to use these, so I'm just going to set these off to the side and possibly use them in decoration, or maybe I'm gonna scrunch them all up and make the second slabs. I laid all the pieces that I cut out. I cut out 6. I cut out 4 of my 5x7s. This is my lid. And then side 1, bottom, side 2. And then 2 of the 5x5s. And those are my ends. Kept some extra pieces over here. Don't know if you can see them, but there they are. I'm gonna use those possibly in my locking system. And I'm gonna let these sit out for however long it takes to get leather hard. It depends on the weather where you're at. So it could be a couple hours. If you put them out in the sun, they'll be done very quickly. Or if I took the time to get the blow dryer out, they could be done in a couple minutes and be ready. It's really just up to you how you want to move it through the process or naturally let it dry. Okay, this is day 1. Roll everything out and then let it get leather hard. I've let this set out overnight and now leather hard bends, but you can see the cracks happening. Day 2, what we want to do is put all those slabs together. So I want to show you the difference between a butt joint and a beveled joint. A butt joint, you have 2 pieces and they just go up against each other. The amount of surface area that's touching is the thickness of this. So I'm looking about that 1/4 of an inch. When I cut it at a bevel, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now, is I take my needle tool and I'm going to cut at, you see this sort of 45-degree angle? I'm going to lean my needle tool out like that. So instead of cutting up and down, I lean my needle tool sideways and then I cut across at a 45-degree angle all the way down this piece. Kind of came off the end there. When I do that, I just almost double the surface area that's touching. Now it's almost 1/2 inch long. So it creates more surface area that is touching and makes for a stronger joint. I'm going to cut this one at a 45-degree angle also. And then when the 2 go together, we get a really long surface touching. And don't worry if you're not a perfect 45-degree angle. You can, it's clay, it's flexible, and we can move it around. Show you how I put the coils in the corners, okay? And they are sort of rounded corners now, as opposed to these rough corners up here that I haven't put a coil in. I've added extra thickness here and it just makes for that stronger joining area, and that's what we're going for, constantly stronger joining. Day 2, box put together. Day 3, I'm doing a locking system. So my lid is going to sit down inside. The walls are going to hold it. That's its lock. And this is sitting down about a 1/4 of an inch, which is the thickness of the lid. So I won't have to do anything except 2 of these and my lid will fit nice and flush. Made my edges here that are going to catch my lid in my locking system, but my lid is 5x7 and that is a little too big for it to be able to sit down. So I'm going to need to take a 1/4 of an inch off of each of the sides. Here we are, and I put this piece of paper here for a reason. I'm going to show you. I've got my lid to fit down in here, but because there's no handle on it, I'm not going to be able to pick it up and I'll have to bend it. This piece of paper helps catch that piece of that lid, and now it doesn't sink in. Now it fits just perfectly, and I am ready to move on to day 4. Chose my theme. My theme is going along with what I'm storing in here. This is a photo box, so I put the old-fashioned photo corners. And then I decided just to put my initial at the top. I made it pretty thick so that I have something that won't break off and I can still get a hold of it. And I'm just gonna let it dry like this, making sure that it kind of stays here and holds these walls, as they sometimes want to kind of crunch in a little bit. So I'm gonna dry the lid together with the box. I wanted to show you a different box that I made quite a while ago. With this locking system that I just made, carefully pick it up. The system that holds it is actually the wall inside the box. This is the box being the locking system. This other box, the lid has the locking system on it. So I just took the extras. When you cut out your box, you have some extras, and I use those to do the system that will sit down inside the box and it will stop moving it.